Welcome back to our phys ed class for this week. If you recall, what we did the other day is we were focusing on our underhand tossing, which is a skill that we learn in grades 1, 2, and 3, and we use throughout our life. And if we can practice and perfect the underhand toss or the underhand throw, we'll be more successful at playing all those sports that involve throwing, like baseball, even soccer if you're the goalie, frisbee, football. There's lots of sports that involve throwing, or just playing throw and catch with a friend or a family member. So today we learned that we want to be focusing on a couple of different parts of the underhand throw. And we learned, thank you Tessa for sharing this, that we need to keep our eye on the target. Because if we're looking at where we want the object to land, we'll be more successful. We also learned that we want to step forward with our opposite foot than our throwing arm as we start to throw the object towards our target, like this. If I'm throwing at my box, I want to step forward with my opposite leg and throw my item into my target. So let's warm up together for today's phys ed, and then we'll review some of the skills and strategies involved in the underhand throw as we play a few games along the way. So come on, find a spot. Let's start with some jumping jacks. Here we go. Move that out of the way, and I hope you can see me, but let's start with 20. 20. 13. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with some high marching on the spot. Warm up our hips because we're going to be bending over a little bit or leaning forward towards our target. Let's take it into a jog. Jogging on the spot. Let's get our knees up. High knees, you can do it. How about stop your hands? Looking good. How about back? Bring your feet back. That's right, you got it. Back to jumping jacks. Hope you're getting your heart rate up. 5 more. Whew, almost hit my bin. And because we're working on the upper hand or upper body, let's warm up our upper body a little bit. We also did this, remember? We started with our hands up and we just kind of went back and forth on our feet. Changing the weight between our feet. And let's turn and go back and forth. Keep your hands up. Looking good. Back to the front. Here we go. Go at your own pace. We're just warming up a little bit. Okay, let's change our stance. We're going to change our stance to kind of a front stance or a boxer stance. And I have one foot kind of facing forward and my other leg and foot are off to the side, facing sideways. I'm going to keep my hands up and now I'm just going to go back and forth this way. Kind of a rocking motion. Sway your body a bit. Transfer your weight between your front foot and your back foot. Looking good. Smile. You got this. Okay, now watch what we're going to do. When I come forward, I'm going to do a little jab and back. So every time I come forward, it's like a punch, but I'm calling it a jab. Here we go. Looking good. Can you pick up the pace a bit? Jab, 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 jab. I'm going to add another move. After my jab, I'm going to take my other arm and bring it forward with the punch. So it goes jab, punch, jab, punch, jab, punch, jab, punch, jab. Try your best. Punch, jab, punch, jab, punch, jab, punch, jab, punch, jab, punch. Now we always need to work the other side too, because that's also good for training our brain. So let's switch. So now this time I have my other leg forward and my back leg is kind of facing sideways. I'm going to start with swaying. Notice I'm going back and forth between my feet, keeping my heart rate up. Looking good. And let's start with the jab, 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 jab. So when I come forward on my front leg, I'm punching out or jabbing with my arm that's facing you. And now I'm going to add my back arm in. I'm going to go jab and a punch. I'm going to go jab and a punch. Now a jab is really quick. Punch, jab, punch, jab, punch. We're just warming up our upper body. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know all you karate kids out there, all of you who take martial arts, you know these moves. The rest of us, we're just warming up. Looking good. Okay, let's come center. Let's go back and forth again. Keep it going. Keep your heart rate up. Or get it up if it's not up yet. This time we're going to switch it a bit. We're going to go forward, hook, forward, hook, forward, hook. So it's like a punch, and then I'm coming across like that. So if I was sideways, it looks like this. Forward, and then my elbow comes up into a hook. Forward, hook. Ready? Forward, hook. Forward, hook. Forward, hook. Forward, hook. Keep going. Go at your own pace. You got it. And smile. And breathe. All right, let's switch it. Switch our arms. And the other arm that was going forward is now going to do the hook. So I have to remember what I did. And I have to bring my other hand forward this time. And my other one does the hook. Forward, hook. Forward, hook. And always keep your hands up here. Forward, hook. Forward, hook. Forward, hook. We're working on a little bit of technique here, but more just to get our core moving and engaged. There we go. All right, let's go back and forth. Looking good. We're almost done our warm-up. We're going to do an uppercut this time. An uppercut looks up like this. Up. Don't hit yourself. Up. 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 Now bring your arm back a little bit, your elbow back a bit. Up. Up. Gives you a little more momentum. Up. 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 You got it. Keep going. That's right. Take it to a jumping jack. We're almost done our warm-up. You're looking great. Woo, hit the roof there. Awesome work, everybody. Okay, I'm going to fix my targets. And I'm going to start with just one item. Remember, we did that in phys ed this week. One item to begin with. And we're going to practice our underhand throw. And we're going to practice which foot we should be stepping forward with. And we're going to practice keeping our eye on the target. And we're also going to practice what's called the follow through. So it's really a 3-step approach where you approach your target with your ball and your hips and your feet are square to your target. That means you're facing your target. And then you're going to swing forward. And as you're swinging forward, your opposite leg to your throwing hand is also stepping forward. And then we have the follow through, where our hand that has the object, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, the hand that has the object is going to finish by pointing at the target. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to choose one of your targets, whether it's a bin, a pot like Andrew had, great idea, or a basket, or a big bin, or a box, whatever it may be. Maybe it's a toy, something to do with one of your toys. And you're going to practice, let's do 20 different distances and tosses into one of our targets. And I want you to think about, are you stepping forward with the opposite foot? How many out of 20 can you get in? But make sure you're doing it right. So let's watch for a minute. Let's review. So if my target is this box, I'm going to challenge myself a bit. We don't have a lot of room at home, but remember, I want to be facing my target, and I want to have my hand with my item as it swings back, and I'm stepping forward and lunging a bit into the direction I want to throw. So if I'm aiming for this blue bin, I'm standing facing it. My arm comes forward, I step, and I follow through. See this hand here that's waving to you? It was pointing at the blue basket, and my eyes were looking right there where my sock ball landed. And I was successful. I want you to try it for 20 times. Change targets, but for now, just keep your one item. So here we go. I'm going to do 20 while you do 20. Let's go. 1. See if you can run between each throw. Missed. If you miss, that's okay. We're working on our technique. I have to change this target, put it over here, mix it up a bit. Don't rush it. Make sure you follow through. Follow through. Remember, that means point at the target once the ball or item leaves your hand. Hope you're doing well. Keep going. Too hard. Got it. How are you doing? Keep going. You can pause this video if you still need to do a few more. Otherwise, let's move on to the next challenge. So I noticed that sometimes I had to put a little more force behind my toss. When did I need to do that? Well, I needed to do that when I was standing a little further back, and I might need to do it if my item is a different weight. So now I want you to switch what you were using to toss with. I'm going to fix my targets while you choose a different item. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, whatever space you have. All right, now, still working on our aim, and by looking at our target, by stepping toward the target with our opposite leg, and by following through, we are working on the success criteria and we're working on our aim. Accuracy, that comes as we get better. And we're also working on developing our upper body a little bit. So this challenge, you're going to go to every single target 3 times. Doesn't matter what order, just visit each target 3 times using the same object. If you get it in, you have to do 5 push-ups because we love push-ups. They make us stronger. If you get it in, 5 push-ups. If you miss, let's hold the plank for 10 seconds. So missing is a 10-second plank. It can be a high plank or a low plank. You can mix it up. You can make it more challenging by lifting a leg and moving it out. Up to you. Maybe I'll do that. And if you get it in, it's 5 push-ups. But we have to visit each target 3 times using the same item, but something different than what you were just using. No hurry, because we're doing this at home by ourselves. We're working on the skill of underhand throwing, or it's just a toss. So challenge yourself, change the distance, take your time, and here we go. 3 times to each of our 3 targets. All right, I'm going to start here. Let's see. Woo! It made it. Yes! But I got it in, so I have to do 5 really good push-ups. The best I can do. 1. Fix my target. I'm going to switch it up. And I'm going to go to each one. Oops, I missed. So I have to hold the plank. See, it hit the edge and it bounced out. That doesn't count. So now I'm holding the plank, a low plank, for 10 seconds. And I hope somebody's counting for me. Let's go 5. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now I have to go to another target. Back up a bit. Standing up nice and tall. Go back. Step forward. Release. Yes. 5 push-ups though. Here we go. Now I've visited every object or every target once. I have to make sure I visit them 2 more times. So let's keep going. We could sure have a lot of planks and push-ups today. Wow. Holy. Keep going. Hope you're having fun. I'm going to go for the far one. Missed. Now I have to hold the plank. But that's okay. I'm going to make it a high plank this time. Keep going, everybody. Keep going. I've got the middle one to do now. Got it in. 5 push-ups again. Oh, I love push-ups. Keep going. I have to visit all of my targets 1 more time. While I'm doing that, you keep going. Maybe you're ahead of me. Maybe you need to keep going because you've been taking your time. You may need to pause the video here so that you can get all of this little activity done. All right, let's move on to our 3rd one. This time, we're going to need all 3. All 3. And let's have a little game of, sock golf, we could call it. Not with a real golf club, but similar to golf. I've heard of frisbee golf, I've seen it, so something similar. I need to, out of my 3, well, I'm going to say that this is me, this is my friend or a parent or a sibling, and this, another friend or a parent or a sibling. And we're going to play against each other, even though it's just you or just me playing by myself, unless you have somebody at home who wants to join in. But make sure you teach them that they have to throw underhand properly. Now, each of these items or targets is a hole in my golf game. It's the first hole, the second hole, and the third hole. It's a very short golf course. We'll call it an executive course, a par 3. Par 3 meaning we want to get our item into the target in no more than 3 chances. Might be easy, you might get a hole in one, but challenge yourself. Back up a little bit. I might back up and be out of screen. Let's see if I can get a hole in one. Let's see how my friends do. Let's see how I do for all of the holes. If you get 3, or if you get a 2, or if you score a hole in one, move on to the next hole. But everybody has to have a turn. So watch, it looks like this. Here's a demonstration. I'm going to make the brown box the first hole. And so that I remember, I'm going to go first. Mr. Sock is going to go second. And Ms. Tennis Ball is going to go third. Here we go. Everybody starts in the same spot. And we're going to start, let's see. I hope you can see me. We're going to start on the couch because we're going to pretend it is a hill. We're teeing off at the hill. We're going to start up here. Now I have my shoes on. So I'm going to take my shoes off to go onto the couch. Way up here. And I'm aiming for the box. Same thing. I'm going first. I take my step. I aim. Ooh. Took me 1. Okay, here comes Mr. Sock. Let's see how Socky Sock does. Ooh, sorry. How about the ball? Step. Yeah. The ball got a hole in one. The ball doesn't play again until the second hole. Now it's between me, the panda, and Mr. Sock. So it's my turn. Here we go. I'm going to toss it from here because this is where the panda landed. Think I can do it? You think I can get a birdie? Let's see. I'm still going to step. I'm still going to swing. And I'm still going to follow through. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Sock. Sock has to throw from here. We're practicing. I'm still taking my step. Oh, look at that. A ball from another hole came into our area. Ooh. Wow. Really not supposed to touch other people's golf balls. But here we go. Take a step towards my target. Oh, wow, that was easy. Okay, so everybody, including me, well, not everybody, Ms. Tennis Ball got a hole in one. So that's how the game's played. Now you move on to a different target, which is the second hole. And you still have the 3 items playing in the game. Challenge yourself. I stood on the couch, but make sure if you're going to do something like that, it's safe and you have permission. I took my shoes off. Next time, I might go all the way across the room in my basement and toss it into a target. But be careful. You are at home. There might be some lights. I don't want you to hit any lights. There might be something valuable in the area. So